He's got 2 weak points, which not only means that this pylon is vulnerable, but if it goes down, it's Artosis pyloning his cannon, which means that he won't be able to do diddly with it. The Zerg's third base finishes about the same time as the Protoss cybernetics core. He's walling off with his cyber core again, and it feels like a really bad idea, especially since that's not tight even with the Zealot in it, I'm fairly sure. Question is he just going for a 4-gate? Or is he going 3-gate robo, perhaps? An interesting question, we shall see. We have scouting overlords coming across the map, but they don't seem to be doing an awful lot. We've got creep spread, warp gates on the way, +1 weapons is on the way. We've got now a stalker defending the natural, and it's pretty much walled in, I guess. But again, there's that vulnerable pylon which can be attacked from the side. He needs to put something else in this gap, even if it's just a pylon. Yeah, take it, neutral supply depot. So, warp gate on its way to being done. Double gas going down at the natural for the Zerg. Rindar RSA doing himself an interesting build, because he seems to be pushing up for a macro build, and I imagine at some point in the none too distant future he's just going to flood roaches and kill his opponent really quite quickly. In terms of units, Protoss is actually ahead in terms of workers, which at this point I'm actually surprised at. I would have thought if the Zerg is macroing up like the way he is, then he'd be able to produce far more workers. There we go, that's what we expect. 47 to 39. The question is, can he... Oh, is he going to supply block the Zerg? Maybe just a little bit. Nearly supply blocked him, not quite. However, if he makes another 4 Zerglings, he will be completely blocked. I wonder if he knows that. I wonder if he's taken the time to have a look up in the top right, just to see what his food count is. Let's see how we're doing. Zerg, apparently having complete map control at this moment, has a single Zergling wandering around the entirety of the map. Just, you know, chill and relax and all max and all cool. And eating some Protoss outside the school, I guess. We've got a Zergling on point here waiting to see if the Protoss expands to this expansion, which in this map is the only sensible thing to do, because if you expand down here, you're far too far away from all of your stuff, unless you have Blink Stalkers, I guess. And if you expand to here, while you get high yield gas, it's still very exposed. Your opponent can attack you from like 4 different directions. And those Zerglings are moving away. Interesting. It's like he's not expecting his opponent to expand anytime soon. Okay, in terms of actual units, what have we got? At the moment, in terms of pure unit count, Zerg is not winning. The roaches would be very neatly beaten up by the Immortal. And the Lings would, again, Stalkers, they're good against a lot of stuff. The thing is, if Protoss can move out now, and anytime soon, he stands a good chance of causing a lot of damage to the Zerg. In fact, if he can pushes out now, he could probably take his natural, and he's going for Zealot Archon by the looks of it. Or rather, he's probably not going for Zealot Archon if he's going for Immortals and Colossi. But again, it's sort of very difficult to tell at this point. He's going for Glial Reconstitution because last game he forgot, and this game he's not going to. Infestation pit going down for our Zergy buddy. He's probably doing that somewhere in his main. There we go. As long as the Evo Chamber that will allow him to upgrade 2 things at once. Protoss Grand level weapons. Protoss Grand weapons level 2 going down. Surprisingly enough, at this point, I'm actually surprised that the Protoss doesn't have any observers out. Because he has a robo, he has immortals, but he hasn't chosen to go for scouting. This is starting to look a bit like a push for the Zerg. Sending a couple of lings, which if they get there too soon will give his opponent all the warning he needs. Oh, can he be seen from that? No, he can't. However, as soon as he goes within range of that watchtower, he will be able to see everything coming. That's a lot of units attacking his base, but if he manages to get back in time... Oh, his zealots are hidden behind the smoke, and he's going to be able to wreak some havoc on those units there. Right. This is where we find out what happens, because the Immortal Stalker Zealot Colossus build, will it be good enough against the Mass Roach build of his opponent? So far, the Roaches seem to have pulled back. Here we go, and now they're going to push their way up the ramp. Let's see how it goes. Charge lots pushing down into the Roaches, trying to take their opponents out, trying to get into the fray. Unfortunately, now that's not a good plan for the Protoss, because he needs his opponent cut in half before he can do any serious damage to him. Oh, and that's a vulnerable Colossus! Is he going to lose that Colossus in 2 shots or less? Oh my word, that was a bad move for the Protoss. But the Zerg seems to have moved himself into range to get everything killed. And at this point, it's kind of difficult to tell what's going on. Let's see. Yep, no, at this point, Zerg is massively outnumbering the Protoss in terms of just basic units. He's going to have to find some way of breaking up that ramp, and if he can just produce a couple of sentries, then this could be very, very quickly over. But unfortunately, it looks like that Roach push is going to do a horrific amount of damage, including to that Colossus, which somehow managed to die even though it was on the high ground. It's looking like a serious Roach bust, and unless Collective S can pull out some serious firepower at this point, it's looking a lot like GG. Unfortunately, the Stalkers are going down one at a time. Nothing seems to be impeding the speed of these Roaches, not even Warpins behind them. It doesn't look like it's got enough time to do any good at this point. It's not really looking like it's going to help, and that's GG for Rind RSA. He takes the win. And that's a streak of 3 for Rind RSA. Ah, damn it, got in there too late. Oh well. Who's still in then?